Hi, this video is the art of hair transplant restoration surgery on a client who has a very advanced hair loss pattern, a class 6-7 hair loss pattern. With advanced hair loss pattern, I always mention that you're going to need multiple surgery. You're not going to have perfect coverage front all the way to the back with one surgery. It's very hard, and despite the fact that we will harvest at least 5,000 grafts. The front half will be perfect because we want to emphasize the front half first, and then the back half will spread out whatever the remaining graft is. And so it depends how big the head too. The bigger the head, then the more hair that will cover for the front part. And so that's where we are at. And as you know, if you ever Google or YouTube of advanced hair loss pattern, head or advanced hair loss transplant restoration surgery result 1 year post-op with before and after photo by Dr. Diep, you're going to see I do quite a bit of advanced hair loss pattern. It can be done, just be patient. I can get a patient there, I just need more than one. And there's many cases where the guy, I move 10-12,000 grafts, and with first session is 5,000 minimum, second one 4,000, third one 3,000 or whatever. It just depends on your scalp. But hair transplant again is not just the surgical skill of the surgeon. It requires a lot of the artistic and aesthetic detail to ensure a very natural result. And for this client, there's really not much hair, so we have to build the hairline around his facial structure. But keep in mind that if you have such an advanced hair loss, you don't want to do such a low hairline, because the lower the hairline, the more graft you require. And so we're going to do 5,000 grafts. So I tend to do a little bit high, but you don't want to do too high, like half of the head, and that doesn't look natural. So on average, from the mid eyebrow to the hairline, it's around 7.5 to 8.5 centimeter for Caucasian, and for other ethnic is Asian and black around 6.5 to 7. This client actually is in the high range of 8.5 centimeter to be precise. But it could be, yep, exactly 8.5. And why do I want to leave it high? Because you don't want to do too low where you require more hair. And now put it at 8.5 first. Let's establish the hairline, and if he likes it, he keep it that way. But since we're gonna consider doing another surgery while we work in the back to where we left off, we can always lower the hairline a little bit more. That's another safe way to consider. Now, not only the hairline we had to bring down, again, the more narrow the face, the more arched back the hairline is, and the more round the face, the more flat the hairline is. Now, and then we had to bring in his temple. If you can turn this way, you can see his hairline is not only gone up, but his temple gone straight down flat. So we gotta recreate the temple peak or the triangle part of the temple, this part, and from here to here. And I measure on average from the mid point to the temple, it's around 7 to 8.5 centimeter. And again, I'm trying to be conservative because we don't want to waste too much graft, so we brought it at 9.5. The fact that he has a big head, in 9.5 will work for him. And again, once we consider doing a second procedure, we can always bring it in if that bother you. But if not, then you still look fine. But right now, at 9.5 from here to his original way he is right now, it's currently around 11.5 centimeter, and that's too wide. Once we get the shape down, we will zigzag, no hairline straight. So this is not a real line, we're just dancing up and down of it. And the two type of hairline zigzag, there's the soft hairline and the tight hairline. The soft hairline has a bigger zigzag, and the tight hairline has a smaller zigzag. And again, the smaller zigzag look more of a wow factor, and it'll give you a sharper look, sharper hairline. And the soft hairline, it looks more natural. Or some, but then the downside, it looks less dense. And so a lot of people say just go somewhere in between. Once we get all that down, we're going to start transplant at 35, 45 in the front, increases when you go backward and changes when you go different direction. The tempo is flat and pointed backward. And then selection of head grafts is important. We transplant rows and rows of single head graft in the front, followed by root of 2 hair, 3 hair, 4 hair in the back for bulk and volume. This is the art of hair transplant restoration surgery on a client with advanced hair loss, like 6-7 hair loss pattern, and we will attempt at least 5,000 grafts for him. If you can look all the way down for me, well, yeah, to see, and it's very nice and shiny, and I'm excited for him because we can really change his look. We're gonna do one at a time. Number one goal is the front part. Number two is this, and then of course we gotta go around this area. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. Thank you.